Welcome to Osaka. We're at Umekita Park, just near the Umekita main station. A new sort of pavilion entertainment area, surrounded by beautiful trees and looks like a Rhineseek roof, but some quite nice detailing down here. You've got the beautiful Genko trees, our favourite, with the beautiful foliage. Slightly different leaf to what I'm used to, with not sort of broken in the middle. I think maybe it splits as it matures. And then we have this big zinc canopy roof. Yeah, impressive sort of sculptural rolling forms. Yeah, it feels like a Rhineseek material with a overlap, nice overlap fold. Obviously, main water direction, fold runs the opposite way. Comes down to here, this gravel moat, and I think you see that in Japan. In a lot of old buildings, they'll have the tiles embedded vertically into the ground, and the main water line off the roof falls directly on it, and you get that. It stops erosion. The water can hit hard, and it doesn't erode the soil, and it enables the water to disperse into the ground and keep the water table with water ingress into the water table. And I think obviously with a lot of concrete spaces, you're taking that away from the water table. But here, big open area here, and they've got a nicely concealed box gutter. So when you look at the main roof line back here, it comes through, and then it falls into this box gutter, which is a full perimeter facial section, and brings water loads back to the moat here. So the box gutter comes to a sump pit with a big exhaust point into the gravel pit, and the rest of the roof area is coming down, and it's like a big soaker pit, and the water can get away. There's probably stormwater drainage under here, but traditionally, the water off a building, would naturally move back into the water table. But nice detailing. There's some anchor points around further for accessing the roof and working on it. And then up here, there's a few penetrations through the cladding. Steelwork's all finished in sort of a sprayed textural paint. And then underneath we've got like a perforated metal eave that's screw fixed. And the main frame looks like it's welded steel sections. And then again finished in that textural protective paint. There's some curved elements in here. You can see some of it wraps around, and you've got some sort of curved sections. But quite a big span, self-supporting. Pretty impressive. And then that framed view out to the park after you come through to the. So I think this whole area here is protected with that box gutter section, so you don't get wet as you're coming through to the main area. Quite an impressive vista, framed, with the sculptural roof. Another detail over here. The tile integration. I'm not sure what these little points are. I think they're picked up regularly. I think they might be bollard stand points down here. You might be able to unscrew them and then I think probably set up a crowd control sort of bollard system, I'm assuming. But yeah, just the integration of drains and tile, tile interlocking sections. Then again, concrete poured in a lid top, so quite integrated. And these drains over here, really like these drains. I'm not sure, very narrow slot drain. I think it gets bigger underneath. I think in Australia we use a drain called a ACO, which is a German company, ACO. But I'm sure this is a Japanese equivalent. If you come along here, they've run that through an access point too. They've run the drain through an access point too, which, just nice sort of connection. Yeah, so it's got a screw fixing down which holds it in place, but looks like, we removed easily for cleaning. Yeah, it's a nice seated section. I'll just grab it for one sec, but then in here you've got the box gutter section that runs all the way up to that main ridge line. And then there's and that's the main overflow section in there. And then we've got the a seat barrier that runs around the perimeter of that moat. You've got bird proofing in the ends here, netting. It looks like they're connected with like little glued on points, but it's obviously quite effective. You can see the wraparound detail in the end, the seam lock comes around and locks onto an end panel. Overlapping join here, but everything's running, over under, so water doesn't enter the join. Yeah, in this section here, you've got a nice detail running around a column, but the same thing for a tree or a skylight aperture. But framed, looks like it's got a steel rolled section that then it's welded back to the main frame. And then the cladding, when you look up in close in here, the detailing, you've got the cladding, the roof surfaces cut and folded, wrapped in that area. So again, nice detailing. And then right up above, you can sort of see the netting again. Very good at bird proofing and keeping things looking good and good maintenance. Yeah, another bit more view lines through. You got all that steel work up there. You can see the bird netting. You can hardly even see it. It blends nicely, and it's nicely joined and wrapped and connected. Keeps the birds out. So that's the pavilion. We'll off to the expo today, and we're seeing the Japan pavilion and the Saudi Arabia pavilion, I think, and then whatever else we get to. But it should be fun.